Good afternoon, class, and welcome to your virtual course, Math 45. My name is Dr. Raipur. Let me just grab this laser here. If you go to the home page, and let me put that for now in student view. The very first thing is a welcome message. I hope you watched it. If you haven't, basically, I'm very happy that you're here. And I welcome you to the course and I wish you best of luck. Number 2, class philosophy. Here's the class philosophy, and basically what it says, this is a community and we all have the same objective, which is learning, and we do that with the utmost respect for one another. That's really the bottom line as far as the class philosophy is concerned. Number 3 would be the announcements. You can click on this green one or on the left side. If you click on the announcements, what did we have? We had a recorded orientation for a course similar to that. There was a welcome and orientation, exemption to orientation, if in case somebody couldn't make it. And I sent several emails welcoming you to this virtual course. You are here. So that is taken care of. Now, number 4, and I'm going to give you the synopsis of that first, then we go over everything. Under number 4, we have the syllabus, modules. We will look at the practice test, PowerPoints, solution to practice test. Then we can find the homework there. And I want you to pay attention to the way homework is set up. Homework is set up such that you watch some video lecture, lesson assessments before starting each homework. We also have the practice test, the keys, discussion forum, exams. Look at this number 7. This is the office hours. You also find it on the syllabus. So this is the synopsis of number 4. And now I'm going to spend time going over every bit with more details. Starting with the syllabus, you can click on the syllabus right here, class, or the syllabus on the left navigation bar. If you click on the syllabus here, make sure the same section number is there, because sometimes, if there's a broken link, we want to be careful with that. So I'm going to click on the syllabus. Nowadays, the syllabi are getting longer and longer. So what I've done, I have put them in topics. So in case you don't want to go through the whole thing, you can go to a topic of interest. Today, I'm going to spend a couple of minutes going over the whole thing. And of course, with more details, please, it's always posted here. Go back and read it. So first, we have the course catalog description, student learning outcomes, objectives. The text is completely free. By OpenStax, you can click on it here, or when I go to my OpenMath, I'll show you how to get that. And the digital platform we use is called My OpenMath. I'm going to refer to it as MOM for short from now on, and it's absolutely free. Here's a class calendar. Of course, we meet Mondays and Wednesdays, and again, here's the link for it, or you can find the link under the Zoom link of the home page of Canvas. I have set up all the exams to be taken place on Saturdays. Why? Because I want you to be absolutely relaxed and I want you to do your best. Now, the week of the exam, I will send you an email and you can find it under the announcement also, as far as the details of the exam as well as the password. Okay. Now, bear in mind that normally the exam is set up for 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours. So you really want to start a few hours in advance of being expired. So pay attention to the part that I want to read. There will be no proctorio exam. I believe everybody is here to learn. Okay. Exam review, prior weeks to exam during the class meetings, we will have the exam review. Attending review sessions is highly recommended. While I go over that, but remember, however, all exam reviews are recorded and posted under the recorded practice test lectures tab in Canvas. I will show you. All exams expire at 11:59, but remember, you need a few hours to take the exam. So to be on the safe side, you don't want to take it later than 8 p.m. And I highly recommend you take it when you're completely relaxed. Meeting important dates are here. We meet a couple of days a week. Calculators. You can use a graphing calculator, not necessarily for all the exams, but for most exams. Tech support, we have the tech support for My Open Math, as well as the campus, as well as the Canvas. All of them are here. The Math Success Center. They just went over that. Also, we have the website if you want to get more information. There are other helpful websites. The grading policy. Online homework is 200 points. On a normal basis, students should really nail that for a simple reason, because sky is the limit. When you do the homework, all I want you to do is just spend enough time to master it. And if it takes you more than the next person, it doesn't matter. As long as it's done before the due date, I give you full credit. In the past, most students got 90, 95% and higher. So that should be an easy point. We have the participation discussion board, 100 points. I'll explain that to you as we come across that. 4 exams, each one is 100 points. The final is comprehensive and is 300 points. I want to explain this because I don't want anybody to be worried about that. How do we study for the final? You study the previous 4 exams. They are available to you for review. And the new chapter, the new module, and you will nail the final. So to get ready for the final, study the previous exams and module 5. 90%, that means 900 points or higher is an A. 80%, that means 800 points or higher is a B, so on and so forth. So it's very straightforward. There is no makeup test. If something comes up and you have a documentation accepted by campus, I will give you a makeup exam. Also, the first 4 exams, the worst exam grade of those 4 will be replaced by the final exam grade if the final score is good, meaning B, 80% or higher. Your discussion board and homework grades are good. That means 95% or higher. It's very easy to get them at 100%. Again, I'll show you as I go through that. And when I change that, this action will result in a higher letter grade. Otherwise, it defeats the purpose. Needless to say, if you fail to take the exam, any of the exams, it will be 0 point. Late work, you may have, a late pass for some of the homework assignments for 10% penalty. There is no late work for the first mandatory assignment. I'll show you, we go over that, the discussion forum or the exams. Then we have more information, a time frame for exams. I will return in within, you will have the result within 24 hours. How much work and time is needed to be successful in this course? This is a 4-unit course, and we need 3 hours out of classroom for each unit. So we need 12 hours. That's why it's called CSULB 36. You can look it up because over there 12 units is considered full-time times 3 makes it 36. Drop-in policy, basically if you don't start with MOM, which is again free, you don't do any of the first assignment or the exams, you will be dropped as an no-show. There's more information about DSPS, financial aid, and summary steps to success. I want to go over that. This is important. It's pretty simple to follow. You want to study the PowerPoints in each module. You want to do your homework. before the deadline under the module link, watch the video lectures embedded in homework set in my OpenMath. My OpenMath has some video lectures either before the homework starts or within the homework. Study the practice test and their solution. Post questions in the discussion forum. Send your questions via Canvas inbox or campus email. Attend the review session. Remember, we're going to review during the class and we're going to record and we're going to post it. And then take the exam by their due dates. As far as the office hours are concerned, it's posted right here, which is Monday, Wednesday, 2 to 3:30 and Tuesday, Thursday, 8 to 9. And the information is here. Before I move on, I want to show you that even at the bottom of the home page of Canvas, we have this information. So you can attend the office hours if need be. There are more stuff like basic needs, Justice Scholar programs. So the next one, which is extremely important, is called Netiquette for online learning. In short, you really have to treat everybody with respect and show that you're professional and show courtesy towards everybody. This is a college course, so you want to use correct spelling and grammar. Have a positive tone and just follow the discussion board guidelines. Be respectful of others and know where you are in cyberspace. So I hope everybody pays attention to this. And again, we are all here to learn from one another and we want to respect everybody. Going back to the homepage and the syllabus, the next one is the Excel calendar. This is the one that gives us a rough date as to what we should do. As long as you stick with this and you don't get behind, you will nail the course, and gives you the date of the exams. For example, the first exam is coming up in only 3 weeks, okay? Week 3 and then week 7, we have the second exam, so on and so forth. And as I said, I have set up all your exams for Saturdays for your convenience because I want you to do great in the course. Going back to the homepage, the next one is the modules. I'm going to click on the module, see what you can find there, and then we come back to do more on that, but I'm going to go to other sections. So on the left side, you can click on modules or you can click on the modules here. Either way is fine, as long as you are within the same course. The very first one is where you do your online homework. And if you click on it, it will ask you for username and password. If you have already registered, so you sign in. If you haven't, you can create an account. And creating an account is very easy, just like any other account that you create. Don't forget the password. And when you enter your first name, last name, make sure you use the capital letter for your initials, and then you're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so under the modules, the very first one for now, and I'll show you when we go through that, how things work. Now we have exam 1 module. I'm going to come back to this and show you exam 2 module. They are similar. As long as we go through 1, the rest of them repeat. 3, 4, and exam 5, it only covers 1 chapter for you. And so that's what I said, when you want to study for the final, all you have to do previous exams and then this module. I would just study from the previous exams. About 70% of the final grade comes from previous exams. Also, I have this last one, which has graphing calculator commands, so on and so forth. You can find something even more interesting there. When you go there, the first page, there is a way to get this calculator emulator for free. And if it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out, you get something like this on your computer, and you're more than welcome to use that. Okay, you turn it on and it works. Okay, so The last one has this, and it has some commands. Okay, and I keep on, this is a live document, I'm adding to it more commands, or if you come across something that is interesting, you can send me my way and I put it in that. So the very last one is about the calculator, its commands, and how you can most likely get this online. Take a look at that. So I'm going to go back. So under module one, exam one, we want to do a lot of things. So what do we want to do here? Look at the first one. The first thing we want to do is we want to look at this practice test, exam review, whatever you want to call it. And by the way, again, this is a live document. I'm adding things to it, but just to give you an idea. And this is basically the synopsis of what you need for the first module, which is very similar to what you've seen in previous course, intermediate algebra. So why did I put it as the first place? So just you look at it and say, okay, these are the stuff I need to learn. The second one, this is where you find the PowerPoints. And if you click on the first one, for example, it comes up. If you download and you put it in slide mode, what happens, class? Everything that you have here shows up line by line, paragraph by paragraph. And for example, you're doing the example, you don't see the whole thing in one shot, but you see the question first, and then the process of getting to the answer. So going back to the modules, the first one is the practice test. The second one is the set of PowerPoints that you need to watch. And the last one is the key to practice test. So not only I'm giving you the practice test, I'm also giving you the key. And as I said, I'm adding questions. But what about the solution? I'm going to discuss the solution in a moment with details. So I'm going to go back to the modules. And I want you to be concerned with exam one module only, because exam two basically is the same, exam three is the same, so on and so forth. So stick with exam one. So that's what you find under the modules. A quick recap, you find your My Open Math that you have to register. You find your practice test, PowerPoints, key to practice test, and at the end, information about the TI calculator as far as the commands are concerned, as well as how you can get an emulator online for free. Going back to the homepage. Okay. The next thing I want to look at is the practice test keys. Okay. So if you, discussion forum, my apologies. So if you click on the discussion forum here or on the left navigation bar discussion, so the left one, because I've already discussed practice test, discussion forum. So the first one is student bios. I put mine as an example. Okay, I appreciate if you put yours so your fellow students get to know you. Under the discussion forum, the first one is student bios. The second one is FAQ, frequently asked questions. So in the past, when students had question, and I found it interesting because, it seems to be that everybody has those questions. I put them under FAQ. I highly recommend you read all of them before you ask any questions. For example, one of them is this: do I need a course ID to register for my Open Math? The answer is absolutely not, because you're registering through Canvas. Do I need a text? No, it's online, so on and so forth. There are more. And for example, this question is interesting because people ask in the past where to find the exam password. Announcements with the exam title or email to students and have all the information, including the exam pass. So we do have that frequently asked question. You want to look at it in case. Then what happens? The rest of it are graded. So each one is worth 20 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go through one of them and the rest of them follow. For example, the first one pertains to module 1. You're required to post at least one question and its solution either from practice test number 1 posted under the modules or any source of your choice per grading policy. So what I'm saying is that pick a question. If you can't find it somewhere, you can even find it in the practice test and put it here. Now, here's how you have to do it in order to get full credit. Number 1, read all the posts, questions, and solutions posted by others first and pick a different question to post. No duplication is allowed. A question with one word solution, one line solution or definition is not acceptable and results in 0 points for the post. So if you do it properly, you get 10 points here. Number 2, so write the question number and copy down the question if you pick it up from practice test. If not, just write the question with details and show all steps using math equation editor or embed an image solution as explained below. You have to show work properly with mathematical formulas. Number 2, find a similar problem online or on YouTube or Khan Academy and post it here. That gives you another 5 points, 15 points. Finally, comment on or explain at least one classmate question that is either solved or is found online and posted by watching it carefully in its entirety. Explain about what the question addressed and what you learned from it and outline a few steps you learned as a result. A compliment is nice, but it's not a comment. You can't say, okay, I learned a lot, it was great. Okay, so you're not telling anybody to your readers. And to receive credit, you want to write the name of your classmate, 5 points. And here's a simple example. I put this equation and I'm explaining that I'm going to multiply by LCD. I go through the process, I solve it, and then I pick a similar question from the YouTube, and then I'm going to comment on somebody's work. This post was about solving an absolute value equality. When solving an absolute equality or inequality, the first step is to isolate the absolute value expression on one side before solving. So I'm telling my readers what I read and what I understood. So I'm not just, thanking the person, because that's really not a comment. And of course, please refer to the following instruction, how to embed an image if you want to embed an image or if you want to use the math editor. Okay. So this is the discussion for it. And this was the first one. And after you do the first one, when the time comes for the second one, you repeat the same process, going back to the home page. So we did the syllabus. We looked at the discussion forum. And what I want to add for this practice test key here, on the left navigation bar, you see where it says recorded practice test lectures. Not only we have the practice test and the keys, we also have the solution that I have posted in the past. Again, this is a live document. I'm adding things, and as I add things, may not be enough, but this is basically my YouTube channel. If you click on this, or you can go to modules down here. The best course of action is just go to YouTube channel and module 1, exam 1, module 2, module 3, so on and so forth. So you can find them here. Okay. So going back to the home page, we covered just about everything: the announcements, the syllabus, the modules, discussion, and Tech Connect Zoom. This is how you come to class. And under the cloud recording, when we record things, it becomes available shortly after, not immediately, but shortly after. Recorded practice test. Now, some of you were asking for Math Success Center. Look at the left side. You see this Math Success Center here, everybody? So click on that, and it will take you to a different canvas. And this is the Math Success Center. Okay, this is the class, Math Success Center. You can find it on the left navigation bar. All right, so I'm going to look at the modules one more time because I want to look at the last thing, and that is homework. If you go here, you register. After you register, it lets you go to my open math. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the student view. I'm going to go to the home page again, and I'm going to go to my open math. So here's your course that basically you do everything here. And I want to start with the very first one called Mandatory Assignment Introduction to my Open Math. Okay, everybody. And so let's click on it and see what happens. The way this one is set up, every other piece of homework is set up in the same manner. So pay attention how it works. This one is simply helping you learn how to input things using my open math. That's why it's the first one, and I want you to do that. So very simple example. It says enter this number. The moment I click on this space, it gives me a math editor. I can use a fraction bar, the power rule, square root, infinity, you name it. I just want to put this number in. So I'm going to write down 97.4652. Okay. What about the next one? Again, if I click on it, it gives me the math editor, and I want to round this to the nearest 100. So that means number 6. So 97.4. Now, if next to 6 is a number less than 5, I keep it as 6. 5 or more, I take it up. So I'm going to change it to 7. So number 6 will change to 7. It says, divide this by 0. We can't divide by 0. It's undefined, but it doesn't have it. So I'm going to go with DNE. And remember, DNE here does not exist. So if I submit the question, notice what happens. Check mark, check mark, check mark. It means I've done it right. I can go to the next question and the next question and the next question, or let's say something has come up, and this is what happens with your homework. Something has come up, I can't continue. The moment I click on done, 1 out of 13, I have it right, and 7.7% I received on this. It is already registered for me. You don't have to do anything. You did the done, and it was registered for you. What can I do? I can exit or I can resume. So the moment you come back to it, it remembers that the first one you have done, and it's absolutely correct. Okay, if I exit that. So if I click on that again, okay, I can, if you click on resume, it shows the first one was done right. Do you see that? If you click on resume. So again, I'm going to click on done, meaning, okay, the first one is registered. The other ones are unattempted. You can always come back and do it. So again, you're doing the homework, something comes up. This is what's going to happen. Now, exams, for now, I don't want you to worry about it. If you open them up, it gives you the list. I want you to completely ignore that for now, because the week of exam, it becomes clear. The next one is a course description. And what I want you to pay attention is the bottom. For most sections of the text, you will find two assessments. Video assignment. These assessments contain video lessons. After each video, there is one or two questions that corresponds with the example in the video. Practice or homework assignments. So if you scroll down, what do you notice? You have this calendar. First, I want to show you if I, for example, change it to 2, it just shows me 2 weeks. Normally we go with 4, so I'm going to go back to 4. The other thing I want you to notice is that look at the date of the exam. Look at all your homework with the exception of this first one, which is due here. And I want you to do it today, by the way. Why are they clustered here? Should I do all my homework on that day? And the answer is absolutely not. I didn't want to make that, due every couple of days or every week. That's why I put them all here. But what I expect you to do is that every day you do one section. If you want to be successful, you do a section per day. And I promise you, you will learn and you will nail the exam. What happens afterwards? Module 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just the way we have it in Canvas. But what is module 0? Module 0 is all about resources. So let's look at module 0. What resources? Here's the text, everybody. Here's the college algebra text that has been put together by Long Beach City. And it is based on this text. The difference is if you click on that one, it makes it easier to navigate. But ultimately, they are the same. I want you to know that. All right. So going back, so the first one is the text. And it's really like a reference text class because if you follow the PowerPoints that I have and also the setup of the homework here, you really don't need that. Then I have a graphing calculator, online graphing calculator, scientific calculator. Everything is here. You don't need to pay anything, okay, when it comes to those. This is a graphing calculator. This is a scientific calculator. So I put a lot of resources for you. If you go down, as I said, how to use a late pass calendar, my open math gradebook. Again, you may use a late pass for the homework assignments. I suggest you don't because on a normal basis, students who do, they get behind and it's very hard to catch up. As far as the gradebook is concerned, when something is passed through, including exams, you got your grade, you're done. You can always click on the grade, go to the gradebook, click on it, and you can review the exam. Free online calculators, information as to how to use them, okay? So as you can see under module 0, again, and I'm going to close it, under module 0, you have a lot of resources. If you don't need them, you're done. So what do you do next? You go to module 1. Notice what happens module 1. And for now, we want to concentrate on module 1 because as long as you do module 1, the rest of them repeat. So for module 1, you click on the chapter, it opens up and you have a bunch of chapters. And the first one, it gives you the learning objective. If you want to read, if you click on it, it'll take you to the section of the text. I'm going to close that. And then after that, notice there are video lessons. In other words, even if you don't go through my PowerPoints, you can just watch these videos and then start the homework. Now, before the actual homework, you have this video assignment. So you do have a bunch of videos. You have a bunch of videos. And then you have video assignments here. So there is a video, and now you can easily answer this question. You can watch this video.
Welcome to a lesson on the Cartesian plane. In this lesson, we'll be discussing ordered pairs and plotting points.
So I hope you see that how easy the setup is. You do the video, so you watch the video lessons, video assignments, and then the actual homework or the practice assignment. Very similar to those video lectures, and you can nail it easily. I hope you see that everything is set up for your success. And when you're done with section 2.1, then you go to 2.2, the same thing, learning objective. If you want to read the text, watch some video lessons, video assignment 2.2, practice assignment 2.2. Everything is there for your success. And I believe if you follow the instruction as it was given, you should have no problem. So a quick recap, when we go to the home page of the course, number 1, there is a welcoming message. Number 2, class philosophy. Number 3, announcements. Under number 4, we have the syllabus, modules, discussion forum, office hours. And under the modules, you can find the practice test, my PowerPoints. You go to my open mat to do your homework and eventually your exams. So under the modules, right here, you register with my open mat. You don't need a course ID. Take a look. No need for course ID. Just click on this and register. And as long as you're concerned with module 1, everything else repeats. You see the practice test. You see the PowerPoints. You see the key to the PowerPoints. And you're ready to go to my open mat and do your homework. Happy studying. I wish you all best of luck.